The issue with triangular shaped gardens is that you have one very long visually dominant boundary, and this becomes difficult to hide. Simply planting a hedge in front only brings that boundary closer to the house. So I'm going to show you a few design tips and tricks that will help you redesign and make the most of your triangular shaped garden. So the main technique that we need to embrace is that of distraction. So we need to create at least one part of the garden that feels wider, where you don't directly look at this long boundary that's closing in part of the garden. So if we take a look at the garden, you can see here that we have the wall of the house, and the distance between that and the fence and the hedge is very narrow. In addition, there was going to be an extension put on this side of the house, which was only going to make this distance even smaller. Now, one of the things about having large shrubs in a triangular garden or a narrow garden is you can see how much width they use up, which is your space that you can no longer use. So it's something we've got to deal with. And then lastly, we had to create some kind of family space that made the whole space feel more spacious and also create views from inside outside and down the length of the garden that were better. Here we have the new extension, and you can see the views and the windows that would look out into the garden and the access points of the doors. The garage can simply be hidden behind a screen. The family also then needed a sizable space to be able to sit out. So this garden's got to work quite hard, and we've got to disguise this boundary. Now, the natural line of this garden, as you can see, is triangular, simply because it follows the triangular shape of the house. So if we block out that triangle, we can see if we can find spaces that we can use, or we can orient the whole of the design to the angle of the house, giving us patio space under the tree, giving us planting space in the spaces left over, but we have a large lawn that gives the sense that we have not a triangular shaped garden, but a long linear one. There's space to step out of the garden and walk up into the patio, and we have planting spaces that provide views. So as you can see here, the garden doesn't feel triangular anymore. Another way that we can make this garden feel less triangular is by creating blocks, two similar sized blocks, and trying to orient that in the garden. There's space for planting once again that can disguise the boundary from the view from the boundary, from the inside of the house. And we have a large lawn that we can utilize as a family space. Planting trees instead of a hedge along the long boundary also breaks up the boundary line. You can have different coloured foliage, you can have different sized trees. So it doesn't seem to be such a large, solid object, and so this will help it disappear. Again, there's space to walk into the garden. So you can see here, when we draw it in, they can step up onto this nice lawn, and there's a place here where the utility can go, washing line, that sort of thing. We've blocked off the garage with a screen so that you can't see through it, so we can grow something in front of that or over it. And we've created some different size borders that will hide both the top and the bottom of the fence. So as you can see here now, we can create a garden that no longer feels small and vertical because we've distracted ourselves. We've used different colours, different plants, vertical height, and plants that move, all to take away from that narrow feel. If you'd like some specific design advice or help for your garden, we offer a brilliant video consultation service. Simply book your call at plantplots.com, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.